Welcome back to another episode of Woman to Woman, and I am so glad to be talking to you guys today. I have so much to talk to you guys about because a lot has happened this week. A lot really has happened, and I just want to get you guys input on it. Your guys, like, what you think? So, as you see by the title, we're going to be talking about two things. So, we're going to be talking about the late 90s, early 2000s, mixed in with a little late 2000s. And today, Generation Z, video models, video vixens, however you want to talk to them or however you want to put it. We're going to talk about that today, as well as it's going to correspond into fake bodies versus natural bodies. So let's talk about the generation. So what brought this topic up for me was the video of Yo Gotti and the baby. So Yo Gotti got a new video out and it's called Drop. Now, I seen the video, but I ain't watched the video all the way because that's just a little too much for me. But, going to the shade room and reading the comments on how everybody was saying it's not enough dark skinned women on there, where the brown skinned women there, where the chocolate women, and how it was only one distinctive dark skinned or brown skinned woman that was on the video that you could tell that she was brown. And the other women on there was ambiguous. You couldn't really tell if they were mixed, Latino, black, light skin, white. You really couldn't tell. You could tell, but you couldn't tell if they were officially black or mixed with something. And, a lot of people was just, saying that they wish they seen more black women in that video. And I was listening to a podcast by Lovely T, and she actually inspired me to make this podcast as well, because it's like, I don't want to see black women shaking their ass. Like, I don't want to see that. That's one, degrading. I feel like that's degrading. And why would I want to watch that? Why would I want to see black women out here doing videos and they're not even getting paid for it? They're only getting paid for an exposure. And I don't want to have my body half naked. Might as well say naked, because they were in bathing suits. So you might as well say naked. Exposing my body. And only the main girl gets paid for it. Now, mind you, it was a whole bunch of women in that video. But when I was listening to her podcast, it made me realize that, back in the day, you had to pay women to be in your videos. Like, if you want me to be in this video and you want my time and you want me, you're going to have to pay me. And it's just nowadays, everybody just want to be exposed. Everybody, well, not exposed, but everybody want that exposure. Everybody want to be known. Everybody want to get out there so you can be that main girl and that it girl. But it's like, you willing to put your body out there for an exposure where you're not even guaranteed to get the exposure. Mind you, some women were out there from 6 in the morning, probably until 9, 10 o'clock at night. And you're going to tell me that you're going to pay me an exposure? I don't think so. That's just, to me, that hearing that was like unacceptable, because the fact that women in Generation Z And I want to say a little bit of the millennials, which myself is part of the millennials because I was born in 97. But, that's kind of degrading, and that's kind of eye opening and eye alarming because you're willing to put your body out there for exposure when you wouldn't go to work for exposure. You have bills that you have to pay. That means you was on that set for 6, 7, 8, 12 hours. And you only getting paid in exposure unless you're the main chick. If you're the main chick, then you're probably getting a little bit of something, but it's not that much. And the fact that these artists are going to make money off the streams, is going to make money off of the YouTube videos. It's like you don't know your worth. You just want to be in the presence of a celebrity. Like, why is our generation growing up like that? And why do the women feel like it's okay to just, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to get paid for exposure, but we're going to have fun though? Like, no, I feel like we need to have more respect for ourselves because back in the day, with me growing up, it wasn't this vulgar. Like all the scenes, all the videos, scenes that I grew up to, they were in the clubs, on the streets, but they weren't as explicit as it is now. Looking back at the videos, from 1990 to I want to say 2006, maybe a little bit of 2008, but I want to give it to 2006. They weren't that explicit, and you were paying for people time. You were paying for those women time because they knew their worth. And it's like, if you want me on your set and you think I look good and you think your video is going to pop with me in it because you know that you want me in there, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. You're going to pay for my time. You're going to pay for everything that I've been in there. And seeing that women only want to get paid in exposure or get paid like a couple of $100 or probably like $1,000. And I know some people probably like, well, be grateful you got paid for anything, or be grateful that you were in their presence. No, they need to be grateful that I'm in their presence, because without their music video, it wouldn't be no females. If females start saying, no, you need to pay me this minimum, like for each video vixen, video model, whatever you want to call them, for each video model needs to be paying at least $1,500 minimum. Because you got to think about it, that you're on a set from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, whether you're doing a whole bunch of changes or not, you're going to have to listen to the music over and over again. They're going to take different scenes, cut different scenes, and you have all these females in one scene, and you telling me that they getting paid, but they only want to get paid in exposure? Like, no, I feel like us females, especially if you're going to be a video vixen, a video model, whatever you want to call yourself, and I'm not bashing it or whatever, but whatever you want to call yourself, I feel like you need to say, hey, I'm going to need $1,500 because I have bills to pay. I have rent to pay. Like what you hear? Want to hear more of this conversation? Well, go on and head over to Woman to Woman podcast on Spotify right now to listen to the rest of what I have to say.